Okay, so we've got ourselves a nice looking title scene, but what if we want to make it a little bit more dramatic? If I come over here, I can add in one of my WebM files. They're saved as WebM files because that allows me to bring them in as animated overlays with music, which means I can change the size of them if I want to at any point, which we'll do a bit later on. But for the moment, I'm just going to drag that in, put it underneath my text, and we'll see what that looks like. So here we've got quite a nice looking effect for the animated overlay coming in. It's just going to run for once, probably about 10 seconds long or something like that, and then you'd probably want to move to your next scene. So we're going to look at how you can do that a little bit later on. But first of all, what I want to do is have that revealing some of my background. So again, as per the previous lesson, I guess what I did was go to the blend mode and choose overlay, which is one of my favorite for this type of thing. So if I now click on this, I'm seeing my background combined with the movie. So suddenly my little snowflakes are zipping in behind the Christmas show title, and that looks quite nice, I think. And I can go and change the blend modes in that, or I could try a totally different overlay graphic as well. So I quite like that one actually, but let's hide that for a minute. And we can see our title scene is back, and maybe we choose a different one. So what was that one? What was Snowflake Wishes? Let's try Christmas Wishes. Pretty much the same title for a lot of these, so you're going to drag them in and see which ones you like. So let's have a look at this one. And again, it looks quite nice as it is. But I can come in here and I can go and choose a different blend mode. So come back to overlay again, and we'll play the movie. So something similar, but quite nice, a little bit different. Quite like that one as well. And if we choose some different blend modes here on that, so if I choose maybe screen, it'll lighten it a little bit probably. Yeah, it's lightened a little bit. And we'll run it again. So I've got more of a white theme going on there. If we choose some of the more dramatic overlay blend modes, it will have a more dramatic effect. So I think if I choose luminosity, it'll probably go quite grey and dark. But you might want that kind of look. Maybe that suits your look and feel. If I choose something like subtract or divide, that'll probably go much lighter. So here we've got a sort of a lighter version going on, but it's still revealing some of the background. So it's really a matter of choice of what you want your background to look like, and I don't know that I particularly like that one, so let's choose a different version of that. Let's go back to one of the other ones we had, because I think that subtract and overlay are the two that work the best for me. Not subtract and overlay, screen and overlay. So screen like that with the white. I quite like the white going on over the top like that. And what we want to do then is really to advance that to our next scene. So if we chose that one, or maybe I don't know, let's go back and have another quick look at the overlay, which is my favoured mode generally. Overlay blend mode. Play that again. I think I prefer that one, but you know, up to you really. So if we decided that that's the one we wanted, and we wanted to go on to the next scene when it's finished, you could just press the next scene button once it's finished, or you can add in an animated, not an animated, I suppose it is animated to some degree. You can add in a timer. So if I choose my timer here, let me just set my colour of my timer so as we can see it. We can then put a duration of however many seconds we want for that animated timer. So if I add in 10 seconds, not 10 minutes and 10 seconds, which would be rather a long countdown. Certainly if we just want this to be quite a short move to the next scene. So I'm going to add that in for the moment, but I'm going to click go to the next scene when finished. So we can add that in like this. Here's my timer here, and after that reaches 0, it will move to the next scene. So what I want to do is go to a blank scene first of all, and then check out to find out whether that's worked. I'm going to turn my music off there for a moment, go to my blank scene up here. So this is a totally blank scene, and I just want to check whether 10 seconds is too long or too short. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that looks about right. So I'm quite happy with the 10 seconds that I've got going on there. So what I need to do is come back up to my scene here, and I'm going to pause the countdown there. So if I just grab the countdown and pause it, I can then go and make changes to that countdown, and it's not moving on to the next scene. So I can come and make changes to that. Now the other way you can do this is you can choose to go to preview mode, and if you go into preview mode, it will pause everything for you. You can go and make all the changes that you want to, but you need to then of course remember that you need to go back into live mode afterwards. So preview mode will pause everything for you. You can make your changes. You don't have to worry about the countdown timers jumping forwards. But if you can pause the countdown timer, I find it a little bit easier. So if I come to edit my countdown here, what I need to do is change my text color to an opacity of 0, which means it's going to disappear on the screen and you won't see it. So if I now come back to my totally empty scene and then run my intro, after 10 seconds this will click over and go to my host solo scene. So there we go. So that's worked for me. I'm quite happy with that. My music has come back in on that scene because I've got my ambient Christmas music going on that scene. So that's good. I'm just going to pause that for a second. We're going to come out of live demo mode and just see what that looks like full screen. So options, come out of live demo mode. I'm going to go back into my totally blank scene and then run the intro. So there's an intro for you. Simple as that. So we'll come back and we'll have a further play along, around, above. But you've got a selection of different overlays you can drop in and blend to your backgrounds or your own backgrounds, or use the ones that are in there. So that's that for now. See you in a bit.